What's the deal with Amazon Aware? Find out what it is and which products are the best on this episode of What's the Deal? Welcome to What's the Deal? I'm your host, Chris Rux. In honor of Earth Day, we're discussing Amazon's new eco-friendly line of products called Amazon Aware with shopping expert Marissa Lang. She's tried several of the items and she shared with us her thoughts on which are worth your money and which still need work. Save the Earth while saving some cash? Yes, please. Here's the interview. All right, so let's talk about Amazon Aware. What do we need to know?
So Amazon Aware is a new line at Amazon. It's an in-house branch that they have that's really focused on sustainable products that are really easy to shop. And I think that they're at a really great price point too. They started this line as part of their climate pledge, which they signed in 2019, which was basically an agreement that they made dedicating themselves to the cause of being carbon neutral by 2040.
And for those of us that don't know, because of course I know, but some people might not, what does carbon neutral mean?
So carbon neutral means that you have a net zero contribution of carbon dioxide to the environment. So that means basically taking steps to reduce the amount of greenhouse gases in the production of your products, in your transportation, in your packaging. And when you haven't gotten all the way to zero, you can use carbon credits to offset the rest of the carbon dioxide that you're emitting. And those carbon credits are something you can purchase. And it's basically investing in a project that's decreasing carbon dioxide elsewhere. So that's what's really interesting about their program is that not only are they reducing their own greenhouse gases and, focusing on themselves, but they're also investing in projects elsewhere to really bring down that net carbon that's going out into the world.
That's a pretty cool initiative. I mean, like you said, they can reduce their own carbon, but then if they can just help the world's reduction of carbon, that's a good way to approach it too.
Exactly. Obviously, being a company as big as they are, they still need to transport their products all over the world. They're never going to be able to completely eliminate their use of carbon dioxide emissions. But that's why the credits are so nice, is because while they're scaling back on their own emissions, they can use these credits to really get down to zero by investing in green energy and sustainable projects around the world elsewhere.
It's a nice two-prong attack, right? The reducing their own while also reducing others. The net benefit's stronger than if they were just reducing their own. So that's great. And I know recently they purchased a fleet of electric vehicles as well. So I'm sure that's going to help.
Mm-hmm, definitely. And that goes to that transportation aspect, of really cutting down on the exhaust from, their delivery trucks going everywhere. Mm-hmm. Having those electric vehicles is really going to, be a nice way to cut back on that as well.
Very cool. It seems like 10, 15 years ago, companies were all about a green initiative or an eco initiative. And it seemed to be more like window dressing, like it sounded really good. And now it seems like companies have really realized that they can make a benefit, make a difference, and they're trying to actually do good. Do you see more of that too?
I do. I think that when, sort of the green movement first started, a lot of companies or products just sort of slapped a label on it without any real meaning behind it, just because they knew it was popular or looked good. And I think now you really see companies investing their time and energy and resources into really making a difference in climate change and being environmentally friendly. What's really nice about that is I think that consumers are more well-versed on the subject. And so you aren't able to just slap a label on something anymore because, an everyday person now knows when they're shopping for something, they want to make sure that what they're doing is responsible and not contributing to, our environment being destroyed or, a lot of pollution being put into the air. And they want to know what they're buying and what the companies are doing to, make it better.
As consumers become more desirous of these types of products too, it makes it beneficial for the company because they want to sell things still. But if it's up to the consumers to want these types of products to help raise the desire, the demand, and then it makes it so that it's profitable still for companies.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think the Amazon Aware products are a great example of that. One of the best qualities of Amazon is it's so easy. You have your Amazon account. If you're on Prime, it's just one-click shopping.
Yeah.
So being able to sort through, you're not spending time sorting through everything to try to find what you want to buy. You literally just have their products that have already been vetted, certified, and are environmentally friendly and are so easy to purchase and are delivered right to your door.
And they have several lines of house brands, correct?
Yes, they have their own. They have several in-house brands for clothing, home, bedding, but the Amazon Aware is separate from those, and all of the products in there. It's a pretty small collection actually right now, but every single product in there has been certified by multiple third-party certification agencies. They all use a really, high amount of recycled materials. Everything there is verified. So that kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier with making sure things aren't just window dressing. You actually see everything broken down of, what this product is made out of, who has certified that it's actually made out of what we say it's made out of, and whether it's carbon neutral or not.
There's some accountability there then.
Exactly. Yes. And transparency.
Yeah, for sure. Recently, we purchased some cleaning products for the house that are little glass bottles that you refill because before you were transporting essentially 95% water across the country from wherever it was made. You don't need to do that anymore. You can just have the refillable containers, the glass containers, and then fill it with water at your own tap, and it saves on transportation cost, transportation exhaust, and it's a lot less going into a landfill or even that needs to be recycled.
Right, exactly.
What product categories does Amazon Aware carry?
So their products are broken down into 4 main categories. They have clothing, they have bedding and bath, they have household essentials, and beauty items. The clothing is a big range of items with dresses, t-shirts, sweatpants, fleeces. Their bedding and bath line is mainly sheets, duvet covers, and towels. Their beauty items include facial cleansers and lotions, and their household items cover paper towel, toilet paper, cleaning cloths, and a couple other small accessories.
Have they given any insight into what the future plans look like? What product categories they want to continue to grow? Other items that they might be adding to the categories?
No, it's still so new, but I do think they're going to take into account, what the consumers want and what they find are the most popular products in there, and then expanding on them. I know even just from reading through the reviews that the color selection is limited for a lot of the clothing, and a lot of the consumers love the products, but are asking for, like a wider range of colors for a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. So I think that's something you'll definitely see in the future as they get this more up, as it continues to grow.
Start with a smaller test group, see how well people receive it, and then grow from there. What are some of your favorite products in their listings?
So I actually tried a couple of their products and I was really impressed by a lot of them. My absolute favorite was their face lotion. And part of the reason why I like that so much is that I think the price point is so compelling for someone looking for more natural and sustainable beauty products. The beauty category in general is a very high cost for someone that's wanting to, shop in a way that's a bargain, but also good for the environment. And so I ordered their face lotion in a small, I have it right here. It's a small jar. But it's $18, which seems like still a higher price point than what you would buy at the drugstore. But compared to something like the Honest Company that would be charging something like $30 for something similar to that, I can't recommend enough buying, an Amazon Aware product. You see that there's something called the Environmental Working Group that verifies the types of, chemicals and ingredients that are used in beauty products. And you can see all the verifications there that they're really committed to using things that are good for you, good for the environment, and buying something that has that sort of research and development put into it would usually cost you a lot more somewhere else.
And like you said, it still works, right? That's the ultimate, and it still has to work for you and get the job done while also making you feel better about the choice you've made.
Definitely. So that was one of my favorites that I tried. I also ordered, they're called cleaning cloths, and they're basically like a Swedish dishcloth is something that a lot of people like using. It's sort of like a reusable paper towel. They are very thin. And when you first see it, it says that you can wash them in your washing machine and keep reusing them. And you think there's no way that this was going to last.
Sure.
I have used them nonstop in my house on every mess you could imagine. I have washed them. They hold up great. And those are another item. I think you can get 8 of them for about $6. And the price point for something like that is really, really great. For a mom that's shopping and using these things all the time. I couldn't be happier with them offering these things at a competitive price. I mean, that's the price that you would buy for something that's non-sustainable. And these are made out of recycled materials. They're made, with a pledge of being carbon neutral in their production.
Sure.
The packaging is minimal and not contributing to any excess waste. It comes in a recyclable small cardboard box. So being able to feel like I'm shopping in a way that's smart for myself, as well as, contributing to the betterment of our environment, it is really a great feeling for something like that.
And again, they still have to work. There's a job that they need to do that you've used with paper towels in the past. And if they're still working and they're fulfilling that need, it's a double win.
Right.
Yeah,
and then you're cutting down on the amount of paper towels you're using too, because you're able to reuse them, which it is really great as well.
It dawned on us like 6 or 8 months ago. I was taking out the garbage and it felt like it was 90% paper towels. And I just couldn't believe how often we were using them. You grab them for everything. You dry your hands, you wipe the counter, you whatever. And so we went, it wasn't an Amazon Aware product, but it was a similar product. And I bought a napkin holder. And so they're folded up nicely in the napkin holder with a little lever on it that holds them down. You pull one out, you use it like you would any paper towel, and then you wash it. And it's so nice. Like to your point, they were kind of thin. And I was like, well, these are the thinnest towels I've ever purchased in my life. Well, compared to a paper towel, they're thicker. And they work just as well. They wash, they reuse, and it's been so nice to not have my garbage can full of paper towels.
So I would say those were the two that I liked the best. We also tried out their sheets, which were made from organic cotton. And even again, like the sheets are wonderful. They were the type of sheets that you would buy from a department store for around, with $100 list price. And I think it was $60 for the king size. And so it's nice just to see that you can still feel like you're being a smart shopper while shopping, responsibly in a way that's good for the environment. And you really are, compared to, other products, you're getting a really great value of something that performs really well.
And I think I saw you had mentioned that the sheets came in a reusable bag as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So they ship in a cloth bag. The packaging for all of this was really minimal. And it's something that I never really thought of. Like, yes, my normal purchases that I get from Amazon have so much packaging. And so this Amazon Aware line is really trying to cut down on that. That's something that I hope that translates to the rest of Amazon's lines. Because I know the cardboard boxes that I'm folding up from Amazon and putting in my recycling bin every week do add up. And so they are coming up with really smart ways to ship these things. And some of their cleaning products, like you mentioned with the small bottle that you have of cleaning products, it's similar to that, where it's sort of like a reusable recycled aluminum bottle that you put a pump into. And then when you want to buy it again, they just send you the bottle and you reuse the pump. Which I think is another really smart way to package things and send them with reducing waste.
And aluminum is generally more recyclable than plastic, so that's a great choice.
Yes, and the aluminum that they're using is already 100% recycled. So they're really trying to, focus on not adding any extra waste, to our world. That's
my next purchases are those aluminum, for lack of a better word, solo cups. Have you seen those yet?
Oh, yeah.
That's like my next purchase for a party, because you can wash them or you can fully recycle them, and that's pretty great. You said their prices seem pretty good. Are they competitive against similar items in the category, or just against sustainable items, or both?
So it depends on what you're buying. So when I use the cleaning cloth example, that's something that I felt like the price was very competitive to even something non-sustainable. And there are certain items there. They have a Sherpa fleece that has had, really great reviews so far. I bought it myself and I thought it was great. I want to say that the fleece was about $60. So someone looking to, spend that $30 to $40 on a fleece, the price point might seem a little high, but when you are comparing it to other sustainable brands, like Madewell has a recycled Sherpa fleece jacket that's very similar. I think the list price on it was $158.
Jeez.
Everlane is another brand that's known for being appealing to conscious shoppers, and everything is ethically made, used out of a lot of recycled materials. I think their standard fleece was $80. So there really is something appealing to me especially about the Amazon Aware brand, is that price point is really nice for, everyday shoppers.
And that's what has to change, right? It still has to become affordable for somebody to want to actually still make that purchase. Yes, it's sustainable. Yes, it's recycled. But if it's 3 times the cost of what I was spending on a Sherpa fleece before, I still can't afford it and it doesn't make sense for me. I'm going to go with a cheaper item that doesn't recycle or it wasn't recycled in the first place. If Amazon Aware is able to change that, it's going to be beneficial for everyone.
Yes, for sure. So obviously you can see from the clothing example, there is a markup based on something that would be, a run of the mill fleece or a run of, a t-shirt that you're buying from a regular store might cost less, but I would say that especially compared to other sustainable brands, the price point is really competitive.
And the quality is still there, right? So you don't feel like you're buying something that's going to fall apart the first time it rains, because it's recyclable, but it's still got good quality and it's going to wearability that's going to last you a while.
Yes. I will say that that's probably the one hesitation with their product line. The toilet paper and paper towel, I think, is still having some kinks worked out, because I think that if you're looking for a really good toilet paper, some of the recycled material toilet papers are not up to snuff yet. But I think that's just something that's going to take time and a little more development going into that before it's up to the standards of what everyone's looking for.
And it's hard to get people to change, right? They're comfortable with something that they've used for years that they like. It's a product that works for them. They want to make the right eco choice, but if the product's going to be weak, they're not going to buy it. They're just not going to buy it. So you're right. It's going to have to change, and hopefully it will, and it'll catch up with the rest of their line and still have that quality that people demand. Anything else you want to share today about Amazon Aware, eco-friendly products, anything like that?
No, I would just say that, check out Amazon Aware's line at Amazon, and also be on the lookout this month at Brad's Deals as well, because we'll have an eco shop set up where we profile sustainable products and deals on environmentally friendly items. And in honor of Earth Day, we'll be showing all of those, the best of those deals to our readers as well.
And people can go to bradsdeals.com, is it?
Yes.
Bradsdeals.com. Okay. We'll send them to bradsdeals.com for all that great stuff. So thank you, Marissa. It was great meeting with you today, and I appreciate all your information.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, take care. Thanks to Marissa for testing these items for us. It's tough to make a change sometimes, especially when it comes to household products you use and rely on every day. But now you know about Amazon Aware. You know that there is a replacement for paper towels. You know that the TP is still a work in progress. Thanks to Brad's Deals for sponsoring today's episode. Find all kinds of earth-friendly deals at the link in the description. If you liked this episode, like this episode and subscribe to our channel. Is there a sci-fi action movie called Earth Day yet? We should make that. It's Independence Day meets The Lorax. I'd watch it. Oh, bye.